See if that works. There we go. Hey, hey, what up? Just making sure everything works here. Just give me one sec. Okay. Let's make it. Yeah, we got some awesome guy. We got Darren. What's up? Saberhawk. What's up? I was planning on streaming earlier today, but wasn't able to get it done, so I'm gonna give it a whirl tonight. A little bit of an impromptu stream. You guys are gonna have to let me know with the audio. I've been switching it around again. But the Sharn Horse, nice. Hey, you can't go wrong with that ship. Alright. So I'll take some requests. I got about halfway done with this Lyon here. 94k. Sounds good? Okay. I'll just top right in. If you guys want to see something, let me know in the chat. I don't know how long we'll stream tonight, but figured I was planning on streaming today and tomorrow. So we'll start off with the ship. How's everyone doing on the campaign so far? I think I got... The only mission I can actually do right now is 150k. I haven't done that one. Which, that was kind of interesting. They didn't have that in the Turpitz one, I don't believe. Level 44. All you gotta really do... I mean, you gotta get your weeklies done pretty much by the end of the day. I mean, you don't have to, but I think you don't have a lot of wiggle room for missing stuff, so I'll check what level I'm on after this. But as long as you're getting through the weeklies, then the month-long challenges, you're not as in big of a hurry to do those. Not focused on the campaign. Yeah, if you're new to the game, I mean, the Otago's a really good ship, so I don't feel great about telling you to not pursue it. But if you're new to the game, campaigns are really kind of geared towards more advanced players with a lot of different ships. So if you're just trying to get commanders, you're trying to get working on your skills, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. But you can go through the campaign or just play it through the next, 3 weeks or a month or whatever we got left. And then at the end, if you don't have a lot left in terms of how much it would cost you to buy, then you can also decide to pony up the extra cash. So this Lyon, it's quickly becoming one of my favorite Tier 6 ships. At least battleships. Fairly maneuverable. But it's kind of like the Normandy, where pretty softly armored. But you have 16 guns. You can see each turret has 4. So potentially, if you can land some shots, this thing can do some serious damage. Who do I have inspiring JoJo? I got Cunningham and who else do I have right now? That's a good question. Could check after this. I don't think I've changed the build. think it might be Silax. Wondering if they're gonna add tier 10. I don't know. I mean, they say they're not gonna. I mean, long term, you never know. I mean, the game's been out, what, 7 months now, I think? And I'm assuming they got a somewhere between a 5 and 10 year plan for the game, so when they start running out of stuff. I'm aiming a little high on this, by the way. You can actually, these guns are somewhat surprising. Well, he's dead now, but you can actually get some decent citadels. And like Colorado's really heavily armored on the side, so that ship's not the easiest. Yeah, what's going on here? I don't know, we'll see. I mean, I kind of doubt they'll add tier 10, but I'd say a tier 8 is probably likely, and that tier you'd be getting tier 9s and maybe potentially a random tier 10 here and there from the PC version. Yeah, so I'm gonna take a shot here, and then we're gonna angle on that King George. What's up, Mustang? How you doing? Reduce citadels? What do you mean, reduce citadels? What's up, generic person? How you doing? Are you talking reduce citadel damage? I'll be honest with you, I haven't actually tried that one out yet. I just, on paper, it doesn't seem that intriguing to me. So there's a 12k. What's up, Will? Gabba Dabba, how you doing? How good's the French Battleship line? It's pretty solid. I mean, the guns are pretty dangerous, to be honest with you. But there's a citadel on the King George, which is harder to do since the citadel's below the waterline. It's a good line. It's just kind of like the French cruisers, where they're comparatively easy to wreck. I mean, you can get smoked in the ship. I think it's pretty well angled in the nose and rear, though. So if you angle steeply, you can bounce a lot, and enemy battleships are gonna have a hard time overmatching you. What's up, B1? Lyon the scary up close? Yeah, for sure. Long range, I mean, you could say this about any battleship, but it's kind of a dice roll every time. Close range, it deals a lot of damage, but it doesn't have the armor situation to really aggressively push into close range situations. But yeah, I don't know. I definitely like this ship. We'll just be playing tonight, though. If you guys got requests, you can let me know in the chat. There was a bunch of requests earlier on my community note that we can get into those as well. Alabama. Yeah, we're getting closer. I think I'm at 520-ish. Could be off by 20. I think I'm over 500k. But they did not give me a preview copy of that. So, what's up, Chris? How you doing? guy doing?
Torpedoes, direct front.
Oh.
Torpedoes to port. Enemy severely damaged.
This is gonna get sticky.
The ship is on fire.
There's not a lot I can do in this situation, obviously, but if I can kill this bugger, that would be nice.
Target penetrated.
Is the dispersion any good? I don't think it is naturally. It's like an 11-point JoJo, which is a fairly accurate build, and then I got level legendary 3 on my Cunningham at this point, so I think it's getting harder for me to accurately judge how accurate battleships are because of that. This guy's shooting HE. Alright. Yeah, I don't know, it's I wouldn't call it super accurate, but like I mean you have 16 guns, so you're kinda relying on the law of averages with 16 guns. It might get him. Let's see.
Concentrate fire on the enemy warship. Attention.
Busted engine.
Target position.
If you don't know, if you see those little sparks coming off the smokestacks, that means you busted their engine.
You are the last hope.
Oh, I am, am I? Spray and pray, yeah. I mean, they are. You can. I'm telling you, once you get Cunningham leveled up quite a bit, it's. I mean, that's an 8.5K. That's pretty accurate.
The ship is on fire.
Don't like the Lyon. I don't know. I mean,
Torpedoes astern.
I haven't spec'd up that Goose Spotter guy or whatever his name is. I'm pretty sure it's not Goose Spotter, but you know what I'm saying. His build looks intriguing to me because it's like a double brawler build. There's this guy. But I mean, on a ship like this, where if it's as inaccurate as I think it probably is, damn, did I miss? Then I think JoJo's probably better in that case, anyways. What's the point I'm getting at? Where the hell is this guy? You don't get engine boost. No, you don't get engine boost. You don't get spotter plane. And I think on PC, all these French battleships have reload booster.
Main turret critically damaged.
This guy's backing up. Whoop. Just got the Atago. Nice. Yeah, that one I'm definitely missing when they took that back on Tuesday or whatever it was. Alright, well, it wasn't horrible. Atlanta. That Atlanta scores so well. I think it's... You must get, like, 10 XP per shell hit or something like that. But yeah, I don't know. All these French battleships, the Normandy and the Lyon, you don't get to play in. I don't know about the Tier 7. Let's take a look. Oh, first let's look at the build. Yeah, I got Silex right now. I haven't actually done a thorough analysis on the captain yet. I usually hold off on doing that until the line's complete, and I can kind of customize it to the last 3 tiers. Let's see. That one... Oh, there's a plane on that one, finally. But yeah, tier 5 and 6. That's a fairly big limitation, not having a spotter plane. Charles Martel. Yeah, we could do that one. No battleships. Have the engine boost. Yeah, the French line is weird. I mean, it's supposed to be, like, really fast. It's kind of their flavor, I guess you'd call it, or whatever, but the cruisers, aside from the Emily is very fast. I think it's the fastest ship in the game. The rest of them can be fast if you have the speed boost going, but I still don't think they're the fastest at the tier. You think the tier 7 French might be one of the best BBs? Yeah, I'm looking forward to getting that one. I got about 100k left. It loses the plane with the hull upgrade? Oh, that's interesting. 524, is that what I'm at? Yeah, I mean, that's... It'll probably be about a month, I would guess. I don't... Honestly, these missions with the campaign are slowing me way down. Like, I'd normally like to have all the battleships reviewed by now. That stupid capture the base... 8 capture the base points with the British DDs. That thing, number one, I'm convinced they turn off domination on Wednesday nights when everyone's playing that thing. I end up getting like 2/3 of the points on capture the base mode, which is extremely inefficient. Best French cruiser commander? I'd say Roux. Jay, I think he's probably in bed by now, but Jay over in Scotland sent me a note saying he thinks Lemon might be better for the lower tiers and Roux better for the higher tiers, because the higher tiers you really have to be able to dodge quite a bit. I mean, the ship is armored, but the problem with it being armored is battleships will no longer overpen it. Like, you can bounce cruiser ammo pretty decent in this thing if you angle well. But anyway, Roux definitely helps with the dodging. So, for that reason, I think he's better for at least the Algerian. Oh shit. The Algerian and the Martel. Look at all these little ducks, nose in. Ah, oh, god damn it. Yeah, it didn't work. Yeah, this is probably not going to be a very long game. So I'm still putting together my footage for this map, or this video I want to make on the map here. Fault line. God damn. I mean, since I'm about to die, I'll just give you my thesis. Like, this side always abandons and goes that side. And then you have 6 dudes rushing down here for an easy time capping. I mean, the north side wins this map, I'd say 2/3 of the time. It's kind of because of the choices people make right off the bat. You have all the cruisers and going for this one. I mean, you can see, obviously, if you take shots, it's not conducive to staying alive very long, but in terms of raw DPM, this is really the best. God damn it. At least all the ones we have so far. That Boise looks pretty interesting. I'm pretty excited. I don't know when that one's coming out. Hopefully next week. But that's like a pure light cruiser at tier 6, which a lot of people are talking about the ecosystem right now being a little off kilter at higher tiers. A lot of people don't want to play cruisers for whatever reason. Should you try and buy tier 7 battleships for Britain? Are you talking about the Vanguard? Yeah, I mean, I don't... The Vanguard's good. I've always been a little bit stronger of a proponent for the Vanguard than the majority of the players, I think. So take it with that grain of salt, but it's one of those ships that you have to play well to play it well, I guess. Yeah, Vanguard, historically, I don't know if they've reduced the Citadel. I don't recall them saying anything about that. I don't feel like I'm getting Citadels either for or against as often as I used to in the Vanguard. But that could just be myself and everyone else doing a better job angling. Because they normally don't change anything about the ship without saying anything specifically, and I didn't recall seeing them say anything about that. But the point is, if you're really good at armor angling, then you can do really well with the Vanguard. It's still not the most fearsome battleship at tier 7 in terms of raw gunpowder. My god, there's nothing going on this match. You know, like an Iowa or an Amagi, very dangerous guns. Vanguard's guns are dangerous, but they're not... They're more of a over time, sustained damage type of dangerous. Yeah, exactly, Saberhawk. I mean, if you're not going to angle properly, then you're going to have a hard time with it. I don't think I should be rushing this Baltimore. I was still kind of the king. Yeah, I mean, it is. It's probably the easiest one to play, which adds to its allure. I mean, the Iowa, if you angle well, it's very hard to damage that ship.
Enemy battleship sighted.
Alright. So... Anyway, getting back to my strategy on this map and why I'm kind of doing what I'm doing is the southeast spawn on the south side, you really have to slow down the enemy push. And you can just kind of assume everyone's going to go in a clockwise circle on your team. You can see they're all on the west side there. It takes them a long time to execute that play. It's the north, if they push aggressively south, can get there quicker, so that's why I feel the north has an advantage on this map. But because they're not pushing in aggressively this particular game, so this guy's radaring me. Like right there, I don't want to take shots from the Baltimore all day, but if I'm at that angle, I think I can bulge his shit pretty well. Find out here. Yeah, the guy crossfired me though, that's not gonna work. Actually undetected at the moment. Let's see if we can set up here. Ah, nope, he got me. I think he switched to HE there, which if he did, that's the right play. So yeah, that's obviously one of the higher damage Martell games you're going to come across. Just played your second game in the Otago? Yeah, it really is a good ship. I mean, that's why my advice earlier was someone that was new to the game was saying they're not going to focus on the campaign, they're going to focus on getting commanders and working on their skills. That's good. You know, that's how I'd suggest playing. The campaigns are going to be very hard until you're pretty good at the game. But then I have this little side of me that's saying, you know, the Otago is probably the strongest ship in the game at the moment, in my opinion. Or it's up there at least. So I'm hesitant to recommend people not put some effort into the campaign, just because I don't want them to miss out, and I certainly don't want to be responsible later for anyone saying I didn't try to do the campaign because it's something I said. But what else do you want to see? Is 60k average with the Queen good? It's not bad. I mean, what you want to start doing is do your HP first for battleships. Like, so we could play Queen Elizabeth and talk about it. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. If you can't complete the campaign, then just accept that, and then just... you'd rather be playing the game for fun. If you find the campaign to be too grindy, and it's getting you down, then it's alright to skip them. You don't have to do every campaign, you know? Yeah, we could maybe do Warspite. This is kind of pretty similar. You're 59. Yeah, so, I mean, you're right on pace. To keep pace, you need to just do the weeklies, which, unfortunately, they're kind of a pain in the ass. Alright, so Queen Elizabeth's 55k health. So if you're averaging 60, then that's a pretty good start, you know. Battleships are really... I'd say battleships and cruisers, doing your own ship's HP is a good metric. Now, destroyers, it doesn't work that well because they have so low... Like, if you get 10k damage in a destroyer, barring, you know, a lot of good objective play or spotting or something else that you're contributing to, 10k is not going to be that feisty of a game. Or spicy, I guess, but... You know. Because basically what you got to do is look at your team having a common HP pool for the whole team. Alright, so out of my entire team's HP pool, I have 55,000 in that pool. So if I can do more damage to the enemy team than they're able to do to my team, then that's a pretty good use of my time. At least at an easy look, you know. An easy way to measure it. He bounced that shot. You're at 44. Would you put some doubloons in it? I don't blame you if you want to put some doubloons in the campaigns. I mean, cut down on the aggravation. This game should definitely not be aggravating. You know, if it gets to that point where you're not having fun, then just dial it back.
All stations requesting fire on the designated target.
Alright, what do we got here? If I can one-shot this Nuremberg, I'd be pretty happy. There we go. He gone.
Enemy cruiser sunk.
Gonna wait till the last day. Yeah, that's a good strategy. I mean, you can always see how far you get, and then if you're, you know, $10 away from boosting the progress, you know, that could definitely be worth it at that point. Alright, let's take a shot here. This little section, what map is this? New Dawn. There's this kind of treacherous little, section right here where you gotta really be careful about grounding yourself. I feel like teammates are the most aggravating thing in the game. Yeah. So, I just released a video for my Sims members tonight. And I talked about that a little bit, where what I'm trying to do is, in games where I'm quite frustrated with my team at the end of it, usually like yelling at the TV or whatever, I'm trying to analyze the last like 2 or 3 minutes of the game from my perspective, because normally what happens is, even if your team royally screws you over, does a boneheaded play, there's still some glaring mistake that you made that ended up costing you. And there's a lot of times where the team just flat out shits the bed and there's nothing you can do about it. But, you know, if you, for instance, if you like look at the map and you're reading the situation and you see your team isn't supporting you very well, then that's a good time to fall back and regroup. You know, and so that's a situation where you as an individual player need to be able to learn from that moment. As opposed to just saying, well, my team screwed it up again. Which, I mean, by the way, it does happen all the time. You will, if you stick around after you die and watch your teammates, they'll lose games that you set them up to win. Or they'll just make boneheaded plays. But so will you as a player. I mean, it's impossible to be error-free in this game, so... It's very aspirational. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and tell you I don't get pissed off at the team, because you guys watch me play this game when I'm streaming, and... obviously I'd be lying if I said that. My Oko concealment's 9.5. Oh, you guys going for some stealth builds? The average IQ of the teams have taken. Yeah, it's unfortunate that the campaigns, in some regards, encourage piss poor play. So I wish, I mean, to the extent they can fix that through game design, I wish they would. There's just always, there's going to be requirements to the campaign, you know, I get that, like, they want people to play the game a fair amount to be able to earn the ship, which is fine. And they want to set up different challenges, so if you're a destroyer player, you got something, if you're a cruiser player, you got something, battleship player, so on and so forth. But the one that bugs the living piss out of me is that capture the base mode game. And I've sent them feedback at least a couple times. Usually when I'm really pissed off. There we go. But, I don't know, it's just the nature of the campaign, you know. Let's see if we can finish this guy off. We want to... Right now we have C and B, so if we can hold the bottom southeast half of the map, then we should win this game, even though we're tied on ships. Step one of that is just getting rid of this New Mexico. Then we'll have everyone cleared out over here. That's a doozy. But ideally what I want to do is be able to turn around and... Oops. You know, I got these guys coming in. We're going to have to hold them off. God damn. I'm trying to kill this guy without losing half my team, but... There we go.
Enemy battleship sunk.
Don't mind the cat missions. Yeah, if you're not a fan of the friendships, I can see that being a problem.
Concentrate fire on the target.
The problem I have with the cat missions, though, is... It's... 80% of the games I get when I'm trying to do that are capture the base mode. Which I understand you can still get 1 point, potentially, per game. But the odds of you capturing the base are a lot lower. This might hurt. That was dumb. I'm trying to not get stuck on these islands, but in order to do that, I kind of had to force a turn there. Alright. Let's get rid of this. Alright. So now they got a DD that is unspotted. Guide.
Thank you. Concentrate
Yeah,
fire
it should
on
do
the
it.
designated target.
Yep, there it is.
All forces, capture that area.
Shit.
Fighter airborne. torpedoes to port.
Alright. So what I was thinking there was if I could push to the right here, then I would cut the torps off, but Queen Elizabeth is not exactly the most nimble.
Problem solved, sir.
But that's alright. So anyway, like getting back to what we were talking about earlier. So if we're trying to do our own HP damage, 55k, then we get 102. We did almost double, so that's like essentially killing 2 battleships on the enemy team, which if you can do that in 1 battleship, then you've kind of done your job. So when you're gearing up, when you're getting better at the game, just try and do your own HP and damage first. You can go ahead and feel like you did your job there, had a good game, and then if you're able to add on top of it, then it's just a bonus. Then you're going from being kind of a neutral influence on the game to actually positively affecting it. So you can see when I was spotted, he was right about there. I'm assuming he's a little bit further back since we're not picking him up.
Fighter returning to ship.
But I think he's probably in his torp reloads, so.
Battle ends in 5 minutes.
Hate the King George. King George can be frustrating to play against, so I'll give you that. Alright. So, I mean, if I'm sailing away from this destroyer, he's got to effectively add about 2 kilometers to his torp range, which means he's really got to get close in to torp me. In which case, we could probably kill him. So, still detected, and what you want to be doing is reading where he is here, so it's possible he went over there. I doubt it, though, since we've been lit the entire time, so he's probably either there or somewhere in this zone right here. Now he drops, so he's probably right on that line. Yeah, Ivan. That's the most frustrating part about that ship is you really gotta be both careful with the damage cons, effective, I guess I would say, but it's the problem with fighting a KVG or a KGV is you can't really do it in the open very well because you can never disengage. Like, you'd like to have an island near you, ideally. That way, if you are forced to use the damage con, you can whoop. We'll never know. He was full health, though. I actually thought he was lower than that. So, he probably would have won that engagement. But yeah, Queen Elizabeth's a fun one. I like the Warspite better. But they're both really solid tier 5s. What's up, Brian? How you doing? Want to put a stealth build on a BB for no reason? Well, there is good reason to do it. It's... Let me take a look at my commanders here. I'm about 2 months away from being able to do it. So I'm buckling down. I'm promoting Sims. I don't know. Maybe I'll change my mind. I was initially going to leave him alone. I don't know. I want to max Makawa. I want to max Kondo. And Swirsky. But once I have the tools to work with a BB stealth build, I'll do a lot more material on that, because I think that's going to be the next wave in terms of potential meta, at least for players that are skilled enough to use concealment. Remind me about the Warspite. Well, the Queen Elizabeth's pretty similar, but I'll go back and play that one later. Let's see. I mean, I can... Oh, hang on. I gotta... Yeah, so I have Kondo on here. This is kind of the line I'm pre-experimenting with. I don't know. I'll play a Megami game and see if I can talk about the stealth a little bit. Because here's the deal. I mean, everyone gets concealment with destroyers, right? The better concealment, the less likely you are to get spotted. The closer you can get to Torp, the closer you can get to Scout, and you can hunt DDs down and all that stuff. So, concealment on destroyers is very easy to understand. Concealment on battleships and cruisers, I don't think 98% of the players even would ever consider that being a valuable thing. But what you can do, I'll tell you the idea with the stealth battleship build, alright? So let's say you're one-on-one, or you're fighting another battleship, alright? You got them at the edge of your firing range. If you wait for that battleship to shoot, then you shoot. You're going to be detected because your detectability goes up to your full firing range. But by the time that enemy battleship reloads, which is going to be more than 20 seconds, that's when your detectability drops back down. Now, if you're at an adequate distance, you'll again drop off spot. They won't be able to return fire at you. Then if you wait again for them to shoot again, you can keep taking those shots. They're essentially free shots where you can't get return fire coming your way. Now, that's obviously a very simplified example where, you know, how often it's going to be 1v2 or 1v1. I guess we're assuming my team has 2 ships in that scenario since the guy's shooting. You know, like if you load in at the game here, we're going to have 10 people shooting at us or 9 people. So how you're able to utilize that concealment will change throughout the game. But like here, I got 11-point Makawa and 11-point Swirsky on this. You can see I got a pretty big buffer between my detectability and my firing range. That's a lot of room to play with. Now, once we kill these 2 destroyers, then I can be fairly confident for the rest of the game that I can control when I'm being spotted. And controlling when you're spotted, i.e. when the enemy can see you, that's a very powerful thing. You know, because there's no other cruiser that's likely running the concealment build in this game. I'm willing to bet $1. So I should be able to outspot all the cruisers. I should be able to outspot all the battleships. And then that kind of puts me in the driver's seat. That's the theory. Now, if you get into a game where you have 5 destroyers, the likelihood of you killing them all early on enough to really use this to its full effect is pretty low. Do I think they'll lower the price of Alabama? No idea. I wouldn't count on that anytime soon. I mean, I have no idea how long it's going to be in the shop to begin with, and then, you know, when they're added tiers 8, 9, and 10, that could be years. Alright, here we got a USN smoke, which is actually pretty nice. I'm going to get in that if I can.
The ship is on fire.
So here I got 1:42 of being undetected, roughly. If I need this guy to spot for me now, if he's going to sit in the cloud, that's not going to help much. But you should always keep an eye out for USN destroyer smokes if you're playing cruiser. Battleship, your smoke firing penalty is so great that you're not going to be able to use it very well to your advantage.
Fighter airborne.
Well, like in this instance here, as long as nothing gets too close to me, we could potentially do a fair amount of damage just sitting here. up when in smoke. Yeah, if you got a plane, that's a good time to use it. And it's the center of your ship, so in this one it's probably right under that smokestack. If that's in the smoke, then I'm not going to be detected by the plane. We got 25 seconds. Alright, let's get out of here. So that's, you know, that was a fair amount of free shots we're able to take there. But let's see if they can make me pay. Now maybe I shouldn't have shot there because as you see, I wasn't detected until I shot. And I'm in a bit of a crossfire. I'm pushed far quite a bit forward compared to my team who's all huddled up. Apparently there's some galactic size mass that's sucking everyone in there with its gravitational pull. And right now I do have the Magabi double rudder shifted, I believe. I don't think I've switched it yet. But to really do a full stealth build, you'd want to have the concealment mod in slot 3. Alright.
The ship is on fire.
4 guys targeting me? What the fuck? Alright. So I'm gonna reset here. You saw I drop spot with the fire, which is, I think it's a 10% penalty to your detectability when you're on fire. So once I dropped off, that means this destroyer that's roughly down there should have pulled back, and the one to the west is not currently spotting me. So I'm gonna basically take a minute to cool down, let this damage con recycle.
Attention. Reporting the target position.
This guy's gonna sit here, we're gonna shoot him, but
Roger.
man. I mean, you can see what you do. Like, damage conning that fire on paper isn't the best move, but if you have enough time to cool down your damage con like that, then you can get away with doing that. Nice.
Thank you.
Alright, that was big.
Much obliged.
Alright.
Concentrate fire on the enemy warship.
It's about to go forward, it looks like. But yeah, Makawa, I mean, you can see that number just popped up there, but having that indication of when you're being targeted is extremely valuable for cruisers. Yeah, and then we're just gonna cool down again, and that should drop us from spot. You can also, it'll give you a little bit of intel on destroyers. Like if we're still spotted right here, then we can figure out that the destroyer's moved into position. I mean, if that guy's still on the far eastern side of the map, he's either disconnected or completely worthless. But again, I mean, I got roughly a full grid's worth of buffer between how close I can get to these guys before they can even start spotting me. That's a huge advantage. Like with this Nagato right here, I can decide to turn in and I'll shoot on him, which we'll go ahead and do now. This gives you time to reposition your ship, so I can turn around, assume a kiting position before I open fire on him. You know, that allows you to keep yourself a lot safer. Oops. And if you're smart, you would actually have the right shell loaded. Although AP on a broadside battleship potentially can do some damage. $7K, that's not bad. as soon as you got that 2 spotting you, I mean, that's when you really got to start moving. All that means is they're locked. Like, right now, this guy, if he had that perk, it would have a 1 on him. If he's selected with that circle around him, that means he's locked, and that's how it says you're being targeted. So keep that in mind. Just because you're locked doesn't necessarily mean they have a shot on you. That was really nice of him to shoot HE there. Could have been a problem. But I mean, 3 ships targeting you, that's 2 of them. 1 of them was him. That's still something you gotta be aware of, you know, when it's going on, so. Oh, you bastard.
Main turret critically damaged.
This guy's still shooting HE.
Concentrate fire on the designated target.
Alright, the guy's on the base. Even though I have a battleship there, we can assume he's gonna get nuked.
Concentrate fire on the enemy.
It's kind of my
warship.
responsibility to go fight this guy. Ah, fuck. I was considering swinging. My guns were pointed left, so I was considered swinging around so I could shoot him that way, but not worth it. These guys, as soon as I shoot, again, I'm in that zone right now where I can't get spotted. But as soon as I shoot, they would have access to the broadside. What's up, Michael King? How you doing? Now we do need to get this ship off. The longer they're contesting this, the more points they're going to get, so keep that in mind. We do have a couple ship lead at this point, so it's looking better.
All stations capture the
In terms of
base.
just going for a raw kill game, but
Battle ends in 5 minutes.
you'd rather... You always want to play it so you're not giving them a bunch of points. Here he's nice, he's not angled in a way that he can launch torps at us, so... Can be a little more aggressive. Oh. Engine busted. Again, you see those smoke or the sparks coming out of the smokestack there. That means the engine's busted.
Enemy destroyer sunk.
What's up, Bodie? How you doing? Winning or losing?
Concentrate fire on the enemy warship.
I'd have to check. I think this is our 3rd game, so it's been going pretty good. So at this point, we got 140 points, 2 ships. So I'm inclined to play pretty defensively here. You do want to evaluate your team, though. We got a quarter health Nagato, full health Jervis, 3/4 health Iowa. You can't assume they're going to sit back and play defensively. If you see them rushing forward and engaging, you got to support them, because if they kill a couple ships on your team, and again, they had a guy in the base getting 20, 30, 40 points, you know, couple ships swing, and they're probably going to be in the lead, so. Now, if we could kill this hipper, that would be a nice insurance policy.
Fighter airborne.
But, I mean, the longer it goes on, the less you have to worry about it, too. These guys, I'm assuming, if they're still trying to win, are pushing north. If they're trying to run away, and but why they would want to do that, I don't know. But a lot of players run away, then they're probably down there. Hipper can eat other cruisers. Yeah, if they're broadside. Alright. See if he's burned his damage con. Still on fire, so that guy should be dead. I just these the destroyers are rushing him, which should make you nervous.
Much obliged,
Oh, there.
Thank you.
So they were. For some reason, I thought they were going south because they weren't. This guy is still shooting itchy.
All forces, capture the base. Roger.
Our team has taken the lead.
Alright. Little tactical grounding. That's what you say after you accidentally run into an island, but people are watching you. Yeah, I did that on purpose. Alright. So there we had shy of 100k, but I think that's roughly 2.5 times our HP. So that's, again, that's kind of what you want to be doing. Yeah, our team didn't do too bad. Alright, that was pretty good. 31 fires in Emily? Jesus. That is a nasty game. Horse butt. Alright. Could do that. Yeah, the Brittany is the slowest ship. I don't know if it's how I got it set up. I think it's actually slower than the American battleships, which is rather astounding. But yeah, the Corbeil, I don't know. I was mainly trying to grind that with Du Fournay, which that guy sucks. Brittany, I didn't mind. It's interesting. Normandy, I like. Lyon, I really like. We'll see about this Richelieu or whatever the hell it's called. We'll have another live stream before Friday.
Battle starts.
I'm hoping to do one tomorrow. A little less late at night. Just noticed the guides. Oh, good. Yeah, I got a pretty robust beginner's series. I hope they're not getting too dated. Maybe they are, but I made them right when the game came out. And I've gotten a lot of good feedback from players saying that helped them.
Concentrate fire on the designated target.
Alright, what's this guy doing? It's like the Normandy, for instance.
Enemy battleship sighted.
This thing, if we hit him on the side, we should be able to hit him pretty hard. Ugh! Or whiff. If you whiff, you're not going to do as much damage, I've noticed. Alright. That's still a pretty juicy looking target. I do want to support these guys, though. These guys are pushing into A really aggressively, so... That's why I at least want to get one shot off on that guy. Yeah, I got about 10k, that's not too bad. There we go. Trying to figure out who's spotting me. This guy, I don't know if he got stuck or not. I think that's gonna be behind him though. He might have gotten beat. I thought he was gonna get beached initially, and then I thought he didn't, but looked like he was bouncing off the wall there. Alright, what do we got going on here? So this middle position can be pretty strong. I think it's better in capture the base. It's kind of a snapshot. We'll see if that does anything. Nope. But you can, as long as you're mobile and willing to change your orientation, you can actually cover quite a bit of the map from this position. Alright. Not much, about 5k.
Concentrate fire on the enemy warship.
Alright, so these guys are getting pushed. Josh, thanks for subbing. Welcome aboard. Like the Baron more than Queen Elizabeth. The Baron's pretty solid. It's still, I mean, I find the Queen and the Warspite a little bit more accurate. Baron still has that German dispersion, but it's not a bad ship.
Dash it all. Stone the crows.
Stone the crows. That one might get him.
Dash it all.
Oh yeah, that got him.
Dash it all.
Yeah, the turtleback does actually work on that ship, which is a breath of fresh air.
All stations requesting fire on the designated target.
Oh, he got him. I was gonna say that guy's gonna get raped by that destroyer, but apparently he brought us protection. Not quite a kill, but we got him pretty good. This guy's just getting torped to death. And what you need to do, you gotta identify in the map. He's surrounded by those two destroyers. And so he just basically needs to be sailing away from them at full speed if possible. Easier said than done sometimes, but
The enemy team has taken the lead.
alright, knew that was gonna happen. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I was a little too passive at the beginning, but oh, thunder and Jesus. Oh, that should get him. Alright. I think that was the... What do they have over here? The King George. Damn it. There we go.
Thank you.
24. It's not bad.
Concentrate fire on the designated target.
Slaga needs to kill him though. We can't be.
Roger.
Oh. Motherfucker.
Torpedoes to starboard.
Am I resigned to my fate?
Torpedoes to starboard.
Probably. But
Problem solved, sir.
thought if I could kill that guy, it might have been worth taking a shot.
Fighter returning to ship.
So they cleared the destroyer out. Yeah.
Enemy heavily damaged.
All stations, proceed to capture that area. Affirmative.
Like, I want that guy to get on there. It's gonna be tight enough with the score as it is that we don't have a lot of room to fool around with. There we go.
Enemy cruiser sunk.
They can get that cap. See, this guy is a problem. He can actually probably kill me. These guys are low. That terrible needs to go get that destroyer. Like, what he's doing there, I don't know, but that's not what we need him to do. That was lucky. I mean, if you can torp that dude, cool, but it's the destroyers are the biggest threat to our team right now.
Torpedoes to starboard.
Fuck.
On Neptune's
The
speed.
enemy is about to win.
Yeah, I got one of them. Nah, I don't think we're gonna win that one. That's too bad. You're on Bay Madden on all your DDs? You got Madden on the USN? Let's take a look what Madden does. Madden's a juicy guy here. You'll notice I got all the commanders now because of that mission, but alright, so you get traverse speed, which is good, and reload time buff. And that looks like about a 2%, 2.5% reload maybe when it's maxed. Which if you apply that on the, you know, this thing. What do we got? 3 seconds. So I don't know what that is. Let's see. 3 times 0.96. Let's just be generous. Then you're down to 2.88. So I mean that's not a huge difference. 2.2 second reload on Fletcher. Maybe I'm doing the math wrong then. So that's a pretty significant. Now you might have it spec'd out differently than I do too. 2.2 is pretty nasty, I'll give you that. Playing around with the NASA, were you fisting some people? Did we win or lose? We won. I'll be damned. So the Terrible did get 3 kills. Oh, they killed the whole team. Interesting. Alright, good job. Let's see, what should we do here? 6 kills. The Nassau turns the C-23 on the turrets or the actual thing? Moss? Yeah, we can try some moss. So what do I got? I've been playing around with my Bay build. Let me see what I got on here. So I got this Violet guy. I don't know if I like this or not. He's only a level 8, so this isn't a very strong. Yeah, let's try this. 10% off of, what is it, 20 seconds. So, 2 seconds off. I mean, that's not huge. You can get that up to 5. Which I think that's a pretty interesting perk for destroyers that are going to be shooting their guns. USN destroyers, the way I run German destroyers using the guns a lot. You hate British destroyers? I don't like any of them until the Jervis. I like that one, and then the Lightning's extremely good, so. I'd stick with it. Yubari's torp angles, yeah. Good morning from Abu Dhabi. Yeah, welcome. Yeah, no, I know you use Von Spee. I don't necessarily disagree with that. It's just I leveled up because of his influence on all my destroyer lines, and Von Spee, I'm not going to have any points to put into him for about 6 months at the earliest, so. Because my Bay is effectively twice as strong as my Von Spee, so I'm going to keep using him for the foreseeable future. Yeah, the Torps and the Ubari, I don't use them very much. Alright, so Moss, we got a tier 6 game. No radars. Mayhan Moss, those are 2 strong destroyers to fight with, but it's not something we need to be massively afraid of. I'll tell you this though, like you guys have heard me talk about my spreadsheet where I keep an update of all my ship stats. When I moved Bay up from a level like 11 to 15, which I did recently, and then I updated all the concealment stats on my DDs, basically none of them changed. You know, maybe 3 or 4 of them got increased by, or decreased by 0.1 detectability. That doesn't mean it's not doing anything, but we're talking a couple 100 meters worth of effectiveness. Is the guy behind or in front? Yeah, I'll probably go behind. So that's kind of a wasted torp. I thought it looked like he was going to cut in front, which if you can catch a ship cutting in front of an island like that where they can't turn off, that's where they're really boned. These guys might be conceding the cap though, which would be an interesting play. 1, 2... Yeah, there are 3 ships sighted over there, so... We do have an extra destroyer on them, which is quite powerful. Couple pod shots.
I owe you one.
Now that was a semi-risky play because we don't know where that other destroyer is. But if you ever recognize that you're not able to be detected, then you have a shot. So just go ahead and take it every time. You never know if you catch a fire or whatever happens. Hate fighting the Japanese DDs. Yeah, I don't know. They're a unique breed.
Attention. Reporting the target position.
Like a really good Japanese destroyer player is pretty dangerous. So we got our side captured. They got C captured for now, but they should be driven back. If we can get on B and snag that before they get on there. They got both destroyers on C. And if you can recognize that, like, players are going to be less aggressive pushing caps when they're not in destroyers, especially if they don't have destroyers near them, so... Let's go ahead and get over to B as quick as we can.
Engine boost activated.
I mean, this Nuremberg should be pretty close. You might actually be able to cause some problems. Oh.
All stations, proceed to capture that area.
Let's see if he moves. So he's facing to the left, which means if someone taps him, he'll take off like a rocket. There he goes. Now that plane, I should have checked my plane detection. I mean, this is pretty close. Nope.
All stations, reporting the position of a strategic target.
This might get him.
Smoke generator started.
Yeah, if you didn't notice, there's pretty slow turret traverse on this thing. Which is why none was recommending putting Madden on there. Definitely would help quite a bit with this one.
Smoke screen set.
Switch to AP. Take care of him.
We've destroyed an enemy cruiser.
Alright, so looking at the radio location, it's pointing over here. This guy was 12, I believe. This guy's 10, so obviously there's a destroyer in between us. And we gotta go ahead and
Torpedoes to port.
assume that was coming. Shit. That was pathetic.
We're pulled below the water line. We're flooding quickly. Problem solved, sir.
I'm so catastrophically bad at dodging torps, it's unbelievable. Stream lag? I don't know. Looks like it's alright to me, but... I think you always need to know what you need to be working on as a player, and
Concentrate fire on the designated target.
not getting shot by torpedoes constantly is definitely mine. Come on, guys.
Concentrate fire on the enemy warship.
God damn it.
On Neptune's beard.
Little spike. Let's see. There's a couple drop frames. Maybe that was it. Did it lag for everyone? Well, that didn't go well. Let's try something else. Detectability is the most important perk. Play with your damn throttle. There's about 3 things I do wrong that I eat torps all the time. But my angling is the biggest problem. Detectability for destroyers, probably the most important. Like, now that you're going to get all the commanders in due time, I would say having Bay on all of them is probably recommended. But, let's see how many commander points I got. Maybe I can explain this. Alright, so we got 4.3. Alright, so let's take... Let's take the lightning for an instance, okay? Right now my concealment is 5.4, which... relatively high, right? Well, I don't know, maybe not, but... So that's with Reggie Tierwood having Bay on there. Now if I go ahead and put... Swirsky, who's an 11 point. He's also detectability. 3.25%. I already forgot what my concealment was a second ago. You guys can remind me. But what are we at now? 5.2. So it was 5.4 to 5.2, I believe. 0.2 kilometers. Is that worth the extra perk? And a lot of people would say yes. Yes, it is. For me, I don't know. I'm not sold on that. I don't really run... The only one I run double concealment on is Bay, just because I already got... You have 3 slots with Bay, and one of them is concealment. So I got this on here. But I don't know. I think double concealment's better for cruisers, to be honest with you, than it is for destroyers. Yeah, 5.4. I love how you guys all have different numbers. So, I mean, that's my point, is 0.2% concealment. Now... That's an 11 point Swirsky, legendary level 2. So I could potentially, you know, maybe make it down to 5. Which, let me take a look at my sheet here. On my builds, yeah, I mean, that's significant. It would move it from 3rd in detection to 1st. But that's compared against Z23, which has double concealment on there, and Kagero, which I don't have double concealment. You can make the case Kagero maybe should have double concealment. So I don't know. It just depends on what you want to do. If you had Swirsky, you'd put him on the Japanese DDs. Yeah, that's what... I mean, that's the only one... Again, like... I run him on Bay right now, just kind of because that's what I got him on there as, but... If I ever get around to boosted Madden up, I think I would use him on the Germans. Maybe in place of that Violet character, I don't know. I'll have to play around with that and see if I like that one or not. And Twist and Track, yeah, you make a good point there. That is another strength of Bay. Because I think German destroyers are pretty good at hunting other destroyers. And having that advantage just adds to that further. You're right, Uncle Bucker. I mean, I'm not saying 0.2% is worthless, right? Anytime you can increase your consumption, it's going to help you. The point is, there's always trade-offs. Like, having Bay on Tierwood, you get it down to a reasonable, kind of middle-of-the-pack concealment as is. Now, if you want to go hardcore with it and run the double concealment, then that's your option. In that case, you should be outspotting most, if not all, destroyers. But, again, what are you giving up? There's always other options, so... Upgrade Bay. Hey, what's up, Heck? How you doing? You out of here, generic? Alright. Thanks for hanging out. I know it's a pretty late stream. I mean, I was hoping to stream this morning, but it just wasn't going to work out. But I thought I'd hop on here for a little bit tonight and see If anyone's in the mood for hanging. USN with detectability, yeah, they're kind of, they have the, I believe, the worst to start with, so. With them, I've kind of embraced the problem, I guess. In that I've just kind of accepted that that's part of that line of destroyers. Oh. Just gonna try and fishtail there, but I ran out of room.
All stations, reporting the position of a strategic target.
This guy we might be able to rip as he comes through. Come on. Oh, he beached. Damn it. Hey, Stylo, what's up? Just got up. No one knows you're watching the stream? Well, I won't tell anyone if you don't. Alright. See if these are all over pens or not. No. Therein lies the problem for any cruiser getting shot by this thing. Oh. Looks like he tried to tort me.
Concentrate fire on the enemy warship.
Oh.
Fighter airborne.
Now this little section right here, you can actually shoot through part of it at least. Maybe the houses. Maybe not. Maybe I'm... That one didn't make it through. Let's just see. Nope. Maybe I'm full of shit. Never mind. There's some buildings. I thought this was one of them where you can shoot through, but apparently not. Charlemagne on Monday? Is that what's coming out? Interesting. So that one's not on PC, if what you guys are telling me is true. Alright. So right now we're actually pressuring the base. Guy's coming around. I assume something's pushing there to defend, but you never know. Oops. A little aggressive. There, you actually can't see me. Man, I'm not getting anything. These German battleships have good sidewalls. G7's toxic. Yeah, I'd probably go... In general, I would try and level up your navy from the bottom up, rather than trying to push through deep in just one little spike here, one little spike there. What I mean by that is I'd rather have all tier 5s than a bunch of tier 3s and one tier 7, you know? Or just kind of move them up congruently. Benson or Cage. Well, I mean, that's tough to compare those two. They're both awesome ships. I mean, you can't go wrong. I mean, really, these guys just kind of conceded the game, which I really don't appreciate them doing. But, oh, someone got shot. We better pull forward. Yeah, he got one off. That actually might reset. Yep, he missed. There we go. Kamikaze. Yeah, I think that's coming out with like the full game release in November or something. It wasn't too bad. The Gross, you can get some zingers. But I mean, if you spawn on that map on the attack side, I would play it. Just to see what happens. And like, if they're gonna leave like they did there, then you might as well just go ahead and win the game. Let's try the Lyon again. 91. Alright, we're over halfway there. Kamikaze? Tier 4 Kamikaze. That's a weird ship. They released it right when the game came out, or pretty early on. They're like, this is going to be extremely rare. Like, it kind of made it seem like it was going to be a one-time release, and then they re-released it. They gave one to me for winning a video contest, thanks to you guys generously voting. And then I think it was re-released again after that. But it always comes out for like 2 weeks at a time. Yeah, it's tier 4, so you'll see them anywhere from tier 3 to tier 5. But if you have the patience to play it properly, it's extremely powerful. What's this one? This guy's got the one I want.
Battle starts.
Alright, what's going on here? It's got tier 5, tier 6. Indy, if we see, we want to kill that for our 2 destroyers' sake. Colorado, New Mexico. Well, all those battleships can hit us pretty hard.
Requesting assistance.
Alright.
Stations reporting the position of a strategic target.
Laga, we're not really going to be able to do much with. This guy's crossing back, which that, to me, when I see that, it means like they're conceding C, whether that's actually what they're doing or not, I don't know, but...
Enemy destroyer sighted. Enemy battleship detected.
He's still aiming at him. Oh, there's the Indy. We at here 14. Man,
By thunder.
not what I was hoping for. What do we think of the ship costs? I mean, I'm always kind of a little hesitant to say my opinion on it because it sounds extremely asshole-ish, but it's basically there to make sure you're not playing Tier 7 unless you got the skills to be doing well enough in Tier 7. But I do have premium, so I understand that changes it a little bit.
Concentrate fire on the designated target.
But with that said, I really don't have a problem losing money on Tier 7.
Many thanks.
Should kill him there, alright. Here you go.
We've destroyed an enemy cruiser. Off to a great start.
Off to a great start.
Requesting fire on the designated target. Concentrate fire on the target.
Why is this guy alive?
All stations reporting the position. The ship is on fire. Target.
Alright. Let's go ahead and get C, and that should wrap this game up.
Our team is taking the lead. Thanks.
Here's his torps, alright. Just gonna burn the damage con, that's a little risky, but... if you're pretty certain you're not gonna be shot within the first half or so of your damage con cooldown, then
Problem solved.
I don't have a problem with doing it early. Tier 7's hard for you. I mean, it's the problem with it is people don't understand the service cost, so they think if you die, it costs you more money. The service cost is charged the minute you load into the game, so you already paid the fee. You might as well get out there and see what you can do.
Concentrate fire on the designated target.
I don't know, Tier 7, if you can get a good game, it's a lot of fun, but there's a lot of... there's a 25k in that Colorado. This thing can do some dirty, dirty things.
Requesting support.
I don't know, I mean...
All stations. Concentrate
I just,
fire
I understand the drive to get to Tier 7, like, they're the best ships in the game or whatever. But getting into a Tier 7 ship is gonna be, it's gonna be just as hard to play a Tier 7 ship as it is gonna be to play a lower tier ship. Because you're playing ships of the equal strength, basically, as you are, so... there's no rush. I'd rather... my advice for newer players is play the lower tiers. That's why you should get multiple lines of ships going. You know, go through all the Tier 4s, go through all the Tier 3s. And that experience, getting through those, will make you a lot better player than rushing up to get to Tier 7 and just get absolutely dominated by players that have played thousands of games. It's going to be frustrating for you, you're going to lose money doing it. So I was just gonna say, I want to get to like a 10-15 degree angle on that guy. This thing's really well armored in the front and back, so you can steeply angle against people. Just don't want to get shot in the side. Come on. Yeah, not much. 5K. A lot of shatters.
Main turret critically damaged.
Oh boy. Yeah, I mean that wasn't too bad of a take right there.
Requesting assistance.
What do you need assistance with?
Requesting support. Problem solved, sir.
Alright, so he's pushing around that island. So I'm safe from this guy. I'm just angling with these two in mind.
Set a smoke screen.
Set a smoke screen!
I need help.
Yeah, not much doing there.
Requesting support.
Let's see what happens here.
I need support.
Had a Lyon bouncer AP. Yeah, it's... That's what I'm saying. If you angle it well, you can bounce a lot on this.
Requesting assistance. All stations, concentrate fire on
It's kind of like the American battleships, for instance, are really weakly armored in the front and back, so if they're too steeply angled, you can kind of punch through their nose. But these ones, you just don't want to over-angle. Like getting those back guns in is a risk every time you do it. Damn it. You'd rather just shoot the front two turrets and stay well angled. Who's just whining on the radio nonstop?
I need support.
Dude, we get it. Lots of rudder shift. Yeah, I put the rudder shift on this one. That kind of helps with getting those back guns. I mean, you double your firepower if you get these back two turrets in. You go from 8 guns to 16, which is obviously really strong. So if you're able to get those back guns on, that's your goal. The problem is you don't want to, like, right now, if I get shot here, that guy could theoretically one-shot me pretty easily. If they happen to land. But like that angle right there, I'd be comfortable taking a shot from him there. We'll find out if that's warranted or not. Yeah. You get a little bit of mod damage, a little bit of superstructure damage, but you can trade incoming, 3K salvos all day long.
Problem solved, sir.
And like if that hits him broadside, that could be a 20,000 salvo right there, Yeah, 20,000 on the dot, 21,000. So I mean that's the raw power of the ship, especially if you boost the accuracy, where you're getting multiple hits like that. But trading, if I'm sailing broadside, this guy's sailing broadside, and we trade shots, I mean, he could probably wreck me quicker than I could wreck him. But speaking of wrecking, that should do the trick. Nope. Detonated twice before. Yeah, I got detonated 2 times as well, I believe. It's kind of perverse that they give you a medal for getting detonated. Yeah, brawler build with the Lyon would be interesting. That wasn't a bad game. Akatsuki holding it down. I think if you get 3, almost 4 guys with 2k, that's a pretty good team. But yeah, we can take a look at the brawler build. I find this Gui Parat, or whatever his name is, to be quite intriguing because of the brawler build that you're talking about. Now, I would inform him, or inspire him, I suppose you could say, with Cunningham and JoJo. I think those are both 2 aspects that you need. And increase your battleship's max speed. I don't really give that big of a shit about this. It's not going to hurt. But you got Brawler 1, so you got reload time cut to 6-8. So you got 10% reload buff there. Plus this. There's another 10. So that's a 20% decrease. And let's just take the Lyon, for instance. 20% reload reduction. 30 seconds. So 30 times 80. It bumps you down to 24-second reload. So that's nasty. That's like Scharnhorst levels with these 16 guns. They're not Scharnhorst pieces of crap pea shooters, you know. That's plus you get the extra heal. This one's worthless. I don't know if the Richelieu's got secondaries or not, but I'd definitely go Traverse on this. And you got yourself a hell of a... And plus this repair party thing here, too. That's a pretty dangerous build. But I think you need JoJo's pen, because you saw we got a lot of shatters with that ship, even with JoJo pen in it. And Cunningham, you can see I got him level 16.3 here. I mean, that's a 4.75 increase in precision. That's noticeable. Megalomania on the Brawler build? Yeah, I'd say. I mean, that's the entire point of that thing. Because, again, you're getting a bonus Brawler. The Brawler is a strong... This is the highlight of the Brawler build. This perk and this perk right here are your 2 main... You know, I understand everyone plays Bismarck likes this, but this is the weakest link. Extra heals, you get 2 extra heals, minus 10%, minus 10%. I mean, that's a hell of a... This guy looks extremely strong. So, you know, again, it's going to be half a year till I got any points to put in them, but... Bayern and Normandy? I'd probably... Yeah, they're both good. Kind of hard to pick between those 2. Let's try the Martel again, since we kind of shit the bed earlier on that one. But yeah, that Gui Prat fellow, aside from having a heck of a beard, his build looks very, very good. Yeah, the reduced reload. Yeah, the detectability is another bonus. I don't think... Let me put it this way. Because of me strongly favoring Cunningham and JoJo inspiring that guy, I don't think you could really run a strong concealment build with that setup. Now, you could give up Cunningham's accuracy if you want, but JoJo running him as the commander, that's the precision build, you know? So that would be a wildly inaccurate bunch of ships, but I haven't tried them. Obviously, you can tell I got JoJo. So I'd be pretty hesitant about giving up that Cunningham inspiration.
Fire on the designated target.
But the Megalomania reduced cooldown, that's not going to hurt you. It's just I don't think you could really run that build with concealment in mind. Gooey part.
Attention. Reporting the target position.
I'm not even going to pretend to pronounce the ships properly.
All
This
stations.
guy's going to run broadside. We're going to take a rip at him. Yep, there he goes. Whoop. Little high. There. Alright, so we potentially could have all the objectives here.
Attention. Reporting the target position.
Yeah, that Gneisenau just really charged in there. .33 is what you set your AC at. Yeah, it's cold here, man. I mean, unfortunately, for those of you who don't live in warm climates,
Our team is taking
winter waits for no one. What's this guy doing? Good tier 5 or 6 brawling BB. I mean, Gneisenau, Bayern, both good ones. Colorado, New Mexico, potentially you could put in that class.
all stations.
So I'm gonna attempt to turn here because I'm not being targeted. This is really potentially a dog shit play, but I pushed way forward right now. Which is not what you want to be doing in the Martel. I don't know why they're not aiming at me. Oh yeah, and by the way, those of you affected by this, it's daylight savings, like, pretty much any minute now. Whew. As a guy who appreciates sleeping in, I like falling back, but that daylight savings in the spring when you gotta get up an hour early, that wrecks my life for like a week. I think they just need to get rid of this whole daylight savings. Still got some nice weather style. Yeah, we up here in the northern part of America. It's gonna be a bitch of a winter again. I got a feeling. Oh, I'm really not that familiar with this thing's guns yet, but apparently you can shoot through that angle. Way too close to these ships. This is foolish at best. Damn! Not doing so hot in this ship tonight. Right here for the first time in 7,000 years. Oh, that's not too bad if you're not a fan of the rain. Oh, that could hurt. Ah! I got killed by Gay Rod. And he dodged my torps. Not dead yet? Nah, I mean, this ship... It's not easy to do, but you can definitely get, you know, 3-4 times your HP and damage. Captain has more HP per tier. Yeah, I think you're thinking of, there's two of them that have it. There's Hyde. He's just a straight up percentage increase of your... You're thinking of Sims. He's the one per tier. A lot of people put Sims on Battleship, or I'm sorry, Destroyers, because you get an HP bonus per tier. So let's say I had him up to rank 9. Times 7 would be 200. So 1,400 extra HP. You know, probably about 2,000 at max. 2,500, somewhere in that range. That's a pretty good boost to Destroyer Hells. Battleships, it's not worth a damn. Cruisers, you got better options. But for Destroyers, that's always an interesting option. Got 5 inches of snow on Halloween? Damn! Oh, you're in Egypt now? Interesting. Yeah, well, I wouldn't imagine you get snow there too often. What do we do? Nuremberg. Keep that in mind. Maybe remind me in a few games. What haven't we played? Have we done any Destroyers? I still need to do 150k. Let's see if we can get it in the Amagi. Akatsuki, we can do that one. What's the lightning torp range? Let's take a look. Lightning is 10 kilometers, 66 knots. Gives you a 8.01 second reaction time. Kinda, well, it's second best at the tier for reaction time. At least on my builds. Or that's without the builds influencing them. 8.5 with skills with the lightning. think it's 10. Yeah, I got 10 written down, unless I wrote it down wrong. Yeah, German destroyers are interesting. I mean, if you know what you're trying to do, which is clear out smoke clouds, kill the destroyers in smokes basically, and contest caps, then you can do pretty good. I was gonna say, I mean, I'm hesitant to override none because I think he is a preeminent destroyer player from what I gather. Yeah, they're pretty well balanced. That's a good way to put it. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if I play them exactly like a lot of people do. 4 destroyers. Stylo. Normally I would swing that way on this map, but if I'm trying to get damage, I'm gonna go to the more open side.
Dash it all.
But this is not what I would consider the best play. Yeah. Motherfucker.
Attention. Reporting the target position.
Just out of my range. Yeah, I feel like the Jervis, the Lightning's just better in every regard. I mean, I don't mind the Jervis. The problem is the torp reload on it is really slow, but the torp reload on the Lightning, much more manageable. Man alive. Let's go ahead and scratch that 150. Alright, so here I do have Condo level 9. You can see I'm undetected right now. So this is kind of the idea. I'm really surprised with 4 destroyers that I'm not being detected. But in games where there aren't as many destroyers, you can kind of control the engagement like we were talking about with cruisers earlier.
Concentrate fire on the designated
Oop.
target.
I mean, whoever was asking about the Vanguard earlier, this is what you want to do. Like, that angle right there, that's a very durable ship at that point. We did knock out a gun, which was unfortunate for him, but you saw we got basically no damage on this guy. And if you're aware enough to angle that ship, then you can have a lot of success doing it. Is this guy torpid me? Now they're running out. Wish you could set up commanders per ship. Yeah, I strongly agree with that. Unfortunately, I don't think they're going to do it because of how the system's set up.
Confirmed penetration.
But that would be extremely helpful. Because I'm not inclined to switch my builds because I always forget when I switch them. And then it's just a disaster. But for instance, putting the same build on your Atlanta as you're putting on your Baltimore. Completely different ships, completely different needs. Man, this guy's getting fucked up.
Reporting the position of a strategic target.
This is not how you get 150k damage shooting destroyers, but it is your job. Oh. Alright, that's too bad. Hey, Bun Bun, what's happening? You could let me kill you? Nah, I'll get it sooner or later. Stylo's in the Bismarck. Stylo always plays German ships. Or not always, probably, but almost always. What do I think about the Vanguard? Well, we've been talking about it a fair amount. I think it's a good ship. You need to understand armor angling very well to do well in it.
The ship is on fire.
Gotta shoot an HE. Oh!
Target penetrated.
So that, I think, is a legit citadel on this thing. You like the Deutsch? Yeah. Can't penetrate anything? Yeah, that's another thing. You gotta understand it's a lower caliber gun, so you kinda have to understand where to shoot on the ships. There's a lot to know. It's just not a very beginner-friendly ship, but...
Fighter returning to ship.
Let's try right about now. If you're having trouble penetrating, just aim up a little bit on the ships. That's usually gonna help you out. 7 on that guy. Been in 2 games with Stylo. Yeah. He plays the Hipper a lot. Bismarck, we see him once in a while. That guy actually turned into that. That could have been worse for him. That thing, if it's angled steeply at you, it's very hard to penetrate. Oof. That didn't go well. So, I mean, this player's playing it pretty well, I'd say. Like right there, that's basically no damage. We're gonna absorb one more shot and then turn all the way. Motherfucker.
Torpedoes dead ahead. Torpedoes direct
Holy
front.
shit.
Torpedoes dead ahead. We're hull below the waterline. Torpedoes dead ahead. Problem solved, sir.
It was a little bit better. Obviously, these destroyers are going to be an issue, but I'm kind of locked into this guy at the moment. If I turn away from him, he'll blap me out of existence. He's actually torping me right now, too, which is interesting. There we go. Thank you.
Concentrate fire on the designated target.
Where's his torps? Is he knocking him off?
Torpedoes to starboard. Torpedoes direct front. Torpedoes
No! Oh!
below the waterline.
Oh! His name is Seven Hipper. What do I think of the reload inspiration for BBs? I mean, anything that can increase your DPM in general is good. There's not a lot of ships that I wouldn't say it's a good idea on. Don't think we're gonna win that one. That's too bad. Forgot the Turpitest Torps, yeah. I don't know, I mean, I haven't had Madden until this week with that mission that we got a bunch of commanders, so I don't have points to put into them. I can't play with them. I thought I put him on this, actually. Yeah, I do have him on here, even though he's level 6. That's a little aggressive. Maybe I should take that on. I'll have to look at that. I don't like... Level 6 is not a good level for inspirations on tier 7 ships, but... Like, the turret traverse on the Japanese cruisers, poor. The turret traverse on American cruisers, tier 5 and up, are poor. So, I think Matic could be good on there. Battleships, it's not going to hurt increasing your traverse and your reload. I mean, that's just... You know... I think we had an Akatsuki request earlier. It's never a bad idea. Yeah, King George is definitely a solid ship. It's kind of misunderstood. I mean, it's... If you can hit a DD with that thing, it can just absolutely rip him to shreds. Can I please explain what precision does in the game? So there's two different metrics. Not to remind me after this game, I'll explain it on the commander build. But anything that increases your accuracy or precision tightens up the groupings, so the shells will land closer together. And then anything that increases the dispersion will keep those shells from traveling as far from where you're aiming. So there's two different variables that are in play.
Action stations.
We got a kid. A lot of DDs. Yeah, Ivan, that's a good way to put it. But in general, if you're good at aiming, in terms of leading ships and stuff like that, then the precision's going to help you out, because the shells will land closer to where you're trying to get them to land. Which in general is pretty good. This gap right here, I'm kind of pre-torping that. It looks like I'm aiming at that thing, but a lot of times you can catch... I didn't do it quick enough to get this destroyer, obviously. Actually, they both got through there. Kid might turn into it. Let's see. I assume these torps are spotted for this guy. Apparently they weren't spotted enough for him.
Torpedoes to starboard.
Oops. Let's try this. We got a lot of guys blocking, so I don't think we can get through there, but never hurts to try. Guys, not having a good time. I mean, there's not a... What's up, Ben? There's not a lot of... Most battleships in general have about 30 seconds reload, so... I mean, you got the Scharnhorst is really quick. And, like, the Nassau. And, you know, there's a few quick reloading battleships, but in general, 30 seconds is a good rule of thumb.
Engine boost activated.
I'm kind of going over here. If this kid's here, I'm in serious trouble. There he is. But I figured one, if not both of these guys are going to squirt over here. We can kind of head them off. 20.6 on the Bismarck. Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, the brawler builds, again, the brawling commanders, I think way too many people put a lot of stock on Porcupine, which the actual brawler perk, which cuts down the reload, and then the heal are your main strengths on those builds, in my opinion at least. Alright, he should be right over here. Oh, that's a problem.
Smoke generator.
Woo!
We've sunk an enemy destroyer.
Alright. Fighting a kid close range is not what I want to be doing with this ship, but
Problem solved, sir.
he must have been on... He's only got one torp, and he was probably on cooldown. It's about a 2-minute torp cooldown, so... We gotta assume his guns are pointing the other way. They gotta... You know, it takes a few seconds to swing around. Very good traverse on those American destroyers, but...
Engine boost deactivated.
Kinda gotta catch those things unaware. What's up, Min? What a scrub. Easy. Yeah, I was gonna stream this morning. It wasn't gonna work for me, so. And I thought I was gonna play tonight anyways. I might as well fire it up, see if anyone's around. And I appreciate everyone for tuning in. It's always a pleasure streaming with you guys. That guy should be whittling down. So we got a Fubuki and an Akatsuki. Akatsuki's bombing on people. And that's his division mate, so we're going to assume he's going over there to help. Just going to kind of screen for this Colorado. Any new updates on November? No, not that I've heard. Shooting HE. And that's why there's a service cost of tier 6 and 7, because you can't be shooting HE on a broadside Nagato. In a Colorado. Min coming in hot. Thank you very much for the super chat. Where are my friends? I assume you guys are out playing together. I appreciate the support. Thank you very much. Kind of, frankly, surprised that Destroyer wasn't over there. I guess he's up on A. Let's go that way and see what happens. It's level 44 low on the... I mean, what I said earlier, you just gotta try and get the weekly done if you can. There's Torps coming off of there. This is actually pretty risky. Shit. Double fire. We'll take it.
Problem solved, sir.
Come on. God damn.
Engine boost activated.
Oh, let's see if that hits him. He's right there. That might get him. Nope.
Torpedoes dead ahead.
Little bit of a lead on.
Torpedoes dead ahead.
Oh. What the hell is this? Oh, Akatsuki. I did get him.
Enemy destroyer foundered.
I'll be damned. Looks like he was going back that way. Where would I go if I was this guy? Oh, you bastard. Oh, we got him. Looks like that other guy's gonna get him. Yeah, 600k. I mean, if you're not grinding the ships, then it's kind of a pain in the ass. That one I don't mind as much because we're grinding the French battleships right now anyways. Oh, the biscuit. Pretty good play on the destroyers. Alright. I got 6 kills here. This guy did pretty good. Second highest score in the game on the losing team. That's a hell of a game. Bayern? Well, we could try the Bayern. Get 80k in the norm. Yeah, I don't know. It's... You found the Algeria to be good. I mean, that one... I like that ship, it's just you gotta work your ass off. It's just the Martel's like DPM is like 40% higher, so once you get that ship, there's really no reason to look back. Yeah, if the Charles is a good one to get 600k in. Not if you play it like I have tonight, but yeah, domination. How's the Lyon doing? About halfway. Got it all upgraded. We could fire that one up again. But yeah, I like that ship a lot. Do I think they'll release crossplay before 2020? I mean, from what I understand, they're ready to roll pretty much as soon as they get the go-ahead. I would guess probably early next year, but
Battle starts.
the sooner the better. Grinding like a beast, yeah. And that's without doing any hull upgrades this time with free XP, which normally I like to do, but gotta save for that Alabama. Alright, what do we got? Bayern. Graphs P. Yeah, this one doesn't have a plane either. Yeah, there's no down... I mean, they'll definitely put crossplay in as soon as they can. I mean, it would help game load times.
All stations.
There's really no downsides to it, I guess. Hello, Governor.
Concentrate fire on the
Man, the turret's slow on this. Oof, da.
Enemy heavily damaged.
reporting the position of a
Oh, damn! There's that King George we're talking about. If you're in a destroyer, you do not want to rush a King George. I got news for you. Next fiscal year. It could be. Alright. Looks like we should have a... I think there's one more ship behind there. I don't know what... They got both their destroyers killed already. Oh. Look at this guy. That is very dangerous. Oh, fuck. Alright.
Thank you.
Our team has taken the lead.
So we flipped A. They're contesting C. Yeah, exactly. Hey, what's up, Paul? Yeah, that's the one battleship. It's hard to one-shot them still, but I mean, instead of doing the 1k damage, which most battleships do against destroyers, you double or triple it per hit, so. Alright. Yep. A little late. I mean, I wouldn't say you're late. I wasn't really planning on streaming until the last minute. But we've been going for a couple hours, I think.
All stations. Reporting the position of a strategic
Not
target.
much. And that's what I'm talking about. Those French battleships, when they're well angled, they hold up pretty well.
Our victory is in sight.
That torp looked like it turned or something. Hate the German BBs except for the Scharnhorst. Yeah, that's probably the most fun one. Slash the best one. I don't know. I like... The ship's pretty good, to be honest with you. It's not... It's not a standout in any way, really. This guy's gonna turn. It's a bold strategy, Cotton, and I missed. Damn. Alright. If you can't punish the ships for making mistakes, then there's really no reason for them not to make a mistake. You can purchase boosters but not camo. I mean, you can purchase all the German ones right now, right? Except for tier 7. I think that'll be the new norm. Man, I'm not getting anything off of these shit. What the fuck? Can you send a quick clip? I don't have the scene set up on my broadcast software to play anything on my computer right now. That's something I'm gonna have to add here in the future, but eventually you could send me clips and then I can just play them through the stream. You'd buy a premium if it paid in camos. Yeah, I think that's how they do it in the PC, right? So yeah, we didn't really do much score-wise there, but I mean, that was... Looks like they killed 3 of ours. That was kind of a rout. I don't know. I like the Bayern. Could try the Scharnhorst. .48 BB shells. Yeah, I don't think you'd want to be hit by that. Yeah, I run the camo on the tier 7, but I have pretty good perks in Bay, which reduces concealment, or increases concealment. I mean, you just gotta work on being less aggressive, I guess. That's something I'm working on with destroyers. You don't have to rush directly at them every single game and spot the closest destroyer and then see who lives past that, you know. There's 15 minutes in the game. What's up, T-Bots? Guess who's in the match? Let me guess. Oh, we got Dragos on our team. That's good. Yeah, it's my nature to be very aggressive, especially in destroyers, but it's just kind of a skill, I guess, trying to calm down your instincts. And the problem with, I mean, DD is like, even if you kill the one DD that you're squared off against, and then you die, you can fall into the trap saying like, alright, that's a fair trade. I got rid of one of their DDs. But your goal should be to be the better of the 2 DD players, and then conceding your own ship to kill someone else's then becomes a bad trade.
Torpedoes to port.
Getting a little focused here all of a sudden. Lock him. What the hell? That didn't go well. Guy's gonna back up. I'm gonna shoot him. Requesting assistance.
I need your support.
No.
Affirmative.
I don't know. It'll be interesting to see how this Boise performs. I think that's gonna shake things up a little bit on the higher tiers with the destroyers running amok. There's Dragos. Man, I'm not getting shit.
I need support. Teammate, I need your support.
Come on. There we go.
Enemy severely damaged. All stations, concentrate fire on the target. What? Stone the crows.
Why aren't there tier 7 permanent camos? I don't know. Maybe they'll put them in.
Torpedoes direct
Oh my heavens. Should get him. There we go. Busted engine King George. Man. Not getting anything.
all stations. Fire on the designated target.
Nope, you got him. Alright. Bama's the king, BB. Really? Some people say they really like it, and some people not in love with it.
Problem solved, sir.
Hitting these DD shots at least, that'll give us some decent XP. Oops.
Dash it all.
Alright. Just got 40 points on the board.
Much obliged, Commander.
Boise's gonna be fun. Yeah, I guess I shouldn't say the super testers have been telling me it's good, but I've heard it's pretty good. Oh, this guy's bitching because he's getting torped over there. He's by himself. Like, what do you want me to do?
Fighter airborne.
Deptor's supposed to be aimed at someone else if you dodge them. Yeah, it's safe assumption.
Torpedoes direct front.
Yep. I don't even know what this guy's bitching at. The guy's torping me the whole time. Alright. Just little chip damage here and there.
The ship is on fire.
This is risky, but we're gonna try it.
Fighter returning to ship.
Oh my god, I have my guns locked.
Attention, all forces defend the base.
It's always something with these teammates. Alright, so apparently it went around that side of the island.
Torpedoes to port.
Easy. Whew. Gonna need to shut up. Any chance to try the Alabama? Nope. They didn't give me that one. I don't know why they didn't give it to me.
By thunder.
But, yeah, I'm grinding it out, so I got about 220, 230 XP left. Alright. I don't know if anyone on my team notices. Dragos probably does that we're down. But sitting back is not going to work, fellas. Yeah, Einstein looks interesting. I did end up getting both of those. What the fuck is going on over here? I did end up getting both of the Halloween guys, just with the idea that I'd probably not do anything with them for quite a long time, but they actually both look to be pretty good. I think the Japanese destroyer commander might be better for the Japanese gunboats when they come out. Yeah. So we got Torps coming there, we just got spotted here.
Battle ends in 5
Gotta
minutes.
assume he's right about here.
All stations defend the base.
Yeah, I know. DD in the cab. I mean, if we kill him, we probably would be close on points. The longer he's in the base, the more they run away from the score. Then we had to kill multiple ships. Who's this guy? But I kind of need you two to kill that dude.
Proceed to the base.
We'll see. I mean, if their team pushes in aggressively, trying to get extra damage, then maybe we could win. Full health Fusilo is not going to be easy. Got a hit, no damage. That looks fun. Look at him dodge.
All stations reporting the position of a strategic
There's that KGV hit we're talking about. Oh, here we go. This guy needs to stay away right here. This is, if I can hit a shot. That's how the game gets evened up. Okay. Damn it.
Dash it all.
My God. Favorite BB to play at tier 6? Probably the Lyon, to be honest with you.
Fighter airborne. The ship is on fire.
This one's always fun. Oh, shit. That's how we died.
Fighter torpedo tubes destroyed.
Attention.
Problem solved, sir.
Reporting the target position.
Yeah, we just... Not enough time, I don't think. If I can kill this guy...
Torpedoes astern. Torpedoes astern.
Whew! Come on. Come on. Come on. There we go. Now we're up. Fortunately, I think I'm gonna die, which is probably gonna cost us the game, but... For a brief moment in time, we had the lead. Fuck it.
The ship is on fire.
Alright, hell of a match. Good job, Dragos.
Problem solved, sir.
Whew! 16 gun broadside, yeah, that thing's nasty. I need to lead more. You're extremely critical of my aim, I noticed. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say I have above average aim, but maybe not. Anyway, that was a pretty good game. 1,000 HP you had left? Nice. That was close. Let's try a little lightning. Oh yeah, Nuremberg. I forgot you were on at that one. Alright, two brothers capture the base. Let's see what we got here. That was your roommate shooting me? Thanks. Tell him to buzz off, will ya? Alright, so we're the only destroyer that got Akatsuki Lightning. And a Baltimore. So, we gotta be very careful here. You're on my team? Alright, let's do this. So I'm going to cut right around this island, then kind of go backwards. What you want to do on the DD is swing out on the wing and then spot. I might be a little close. If I get spotted right off the bat, this isn't going to last very long. I mean, you gotta assume they got one on each wing. That's, if they have two, that's just the safe way to... Oh, that Baltimore. Shit.
Attention, support that target. Teammate, I need your support. Many thanks.
Why do you need support? You're in the back.
Enemy cruiser sighted.
Alright. Let's see if they shoot the Baltimore. That actually, I don't know if we had the distance or not, but... Oh! Oh my god!
Much obliged.
Cut out at the last second.
Attention, reporting the target position. Acknowledged.
I mean, please spot for him? I mean, maybe. He's sitting in the base, though. I think it's this guy. The Baltimore was right here, if I recall. It's 8 kilometers. I'm probably right in his range. Oh, there he is. Holy shit.
Concentrate fire on the designated target.
Uh-oh.
Acknowledged. Smoke generator started.
Gotta get out of his radar range.
Smoke screen set.
That's interesting. My detection didn't drop down. Alright, so once he's got other people spotting it, I don't know what his radar situation is, if he used it or not, but... Try and get rid of this guy if we can.
Smoke generator started. Smoke screen set.
Alright. You can't... With this guy running around, if you're in a destroyer, you just... can't do what you need to do. Alright, that should kill him. They're on the base.
Enemy team has taken the lead.
Obliged.
Oh, we're getting our asses kicked again. Alright. I mean, what you gotta... Why I always advocate killing that thing is, had that Baltimore been dead, I could have pushed it a lot more aggressively and gotten close range torps on those guys. But obviously they completely collapsed our eastern side, and now they're in the base.
Much obliged.
So, that changes the plan. Yeah, exactly. I mean, you should be getting in the habit of checking the score, checking the map, stuff like that, but obviously it's very easy to be bogged down on focusing on whatever you're doing. But you do want to eliminate how often you're being surprised by situations that are present in the game. It's just all part of a package of your game awareness. So I assume this guy's sitting right behind this island trying to cap, or at least get points. Either that or he's chasing down this Colorado. Yeah, he's trying to torp him.
Much obliged.
Uh-oh. That don't look too good. Nice torp. So, he temporarily left the base.
Torpedoes to start. Torpedoes, direct front.
What?
Torpedoes, direct front. Torpedoes, direct front.
Where the hell did he go? So he's off the base again.
Torpedoes astern.
Oh, they got two destroyers over here. Okay.
Torpedoes astern.
Interesting.
Torpedoes astern.
Uh-oh. Not a good time to get beached there, buddy boy.
We destroyed an enemy battleship.
So I'm smoking to cut my rear view detection because this guy has free shots, free opportunity to torp me if I'm being spotted. So I shot the enemy destroyer back there, could see me. That's why I smoked that up. Still pushing into this guy. He must be leaving because I had my sonar on. He's not being detected. But I didn't want to push into this guy where he could see me and then torp me, and I can't see him. That's a major problem.
Critical engine damage.
Fuck is my torp launcher? Had it locked. Oops. By the way, this guy's pulling two of us off here. I should have just let this Megami fight this guy, I guess.
We've sunk an enemy destroyer.
Alright. I mean, that's part of the purpose of hiding away from that, is drawing people from valuable objectives. So he drew me. He actually drew all three of our remaining ships down here, which is a major problem. I guess if I was paying attention a little bit better, I would have just left that destroyer, but I'm in the best position to kill him. I'm not going to get mad at the Megami for helping, but this guy does not need to be going down here to fight a lightning. You out of here, men? Alright, thanks for hanging out.
Torpedoes, direct front.
Excellent, Uncle Bunker. Yeah, that Discord. I've been pretty pleased with it. Like you say, a good opportunity to find matches and a lot of good, knowledgeable players that are willing to help everyone out, so. Forgot about stopping the counter. Whoops. I think he's probably down here, but he's probably trying to get as far away from me as he can.
Torpedoes to starboard. Torpedoes to starboard.
The sad thing was, if we had a lot more time, I think we could win this game, but...
Smoke generator started.
I think he's cutting back in. Yep, looks like it. Should get a couple of those. Jesus. The problem is if I even get off this base for a second, we'll lose. Because he's still got all those points saved up. This guy's got a fire and a flood. Nice. Alright.
Torpedoes, direct front.
The hell?
Torpedoes, direct front.
That was lucky. By lucky, I mean pure skill, of course. There's Heck.
Smoke generator started. Smoke screen set.
Oh, shit. Fuck it.
Torpedoes, dead
I think
ahead.
those torps, we probably would have got one or two of them, I don't know. Like I said, that game he would have had a little bit more time, I think we could have gotten that. If you kill the Akatsuki, then you got a Colorado and Lyon, and a Lightning should have no problem with those. Yeah, wasn't too bad of a match. Alright, everyone. Well, that's going to do it for me. I appreciate you guys all hanging out on Saturday night. I'm planning on streaming tomorrow. I'll try and, yeah, remind me of the Nuremberg next time. I gotta hit the hay. I'm getting pretty tired here, but... so, I don't know. It's gonna depend on a couple things for me tomorrow, but either early in the morning or earlier at night than I did today. We'll try and get another stream going. And I think I'll have enough time to do a Lyon video for Monday, so... That was you at the end? Yeah, I saw you there. More coffee? Yeah. No, if I drink coffee now, it's going to wreck my life for a couple weeks, because I'd be up till about 8 in the morning. So, alright, I appreciate everyone chilling. Have a great evening, and we'll see y'all later. Alright, peace.